Whoa! Ooh, welcome back, everybody. It's time for us to leave the road of sacrifices from the Crystal Sage arena and head into the Cathedral of the Deep. There's a little pathway here that we gotta tackle first, and on the left is a crystal lizard. So take care of that guy, and immediately drop down again to find another one. And now come on up on the left, and we're gonna drop down. When you do, though, be warned, because there's an evangelist, two slightly stronger saw blade giants, and when you drop down, you'll pull the one that's stationary. So do that and walk all the way back. In fact, I'm gonna go and get my fire orb ready. And with that one taken care of, we should be able to deal with the other one with ease. Especially since he tends to drop down a lot. So we can drop down on top of them. Ooh. Be careful, because there is a hole there. Right here. It's very easy to fall down there and die. In fact, sometimes he does it himself. And this is good, because from here we can sneak up on the evangelist. So let's see if we can pull a backstab off, but I doubt it. Nope. Ow. Alright. And then from here we can get some armor. And continue on our merry way to another bonfire. Making this another good area to farm experience. So let me go ahead and rest. And then before we go up the stairs, if you curve around to the left and do a U-turn, there is an item with an NPC guarding it. So switch over to our fire orbs and let's pelt him. Get a good punch in. No drops. Alright. But most importantly is we get the Paladin's Ashes, which will increase the Shrine Handmaid's inventory. I'm gonna go and Ashen Estus Flask up. Because there's another NPC right here. He likes to throw daggers. As always, just try to stay... Oops. Stay away and throw your fire orbs. Uh-oh. Oh. Alright, there we go. There's a little dagger sticking in my shoulder. Try to get a little greedy there. He drops an important spider shield. And now before we go any farther, if you come back down the stairs a little bit, and to the left if you're facing the next area, you can come out and loop around for an item. And then if you go back to the stairs, go up just a little bit to the landing, and then take a right, you can drop down to a different area, which lets you serpentine around a cliff until you get to another item. Where is it? There it is. Ooh, the crest shield, which is very good for us. That's a good magic defense shield. Drop down, heal up rather than using the bonfire, because I believe those NPCs respawn, or at least this one does. Which, though, that does make this a good place to farm experience. Yet again. And now we're going to get into a treacherous area, because there's like 4 or 5 dogs roaming around, but most importantly, there are 3 hollows wielding flaming crossbows, and they can tag you from literally anywhere in this area, making this part very difficult, because they also stagger you, which then lets the dogs do a follow-up attack, and it's very easy to die. So I've found the best way to proceed is to stick to the left, because this rock wall here acts as kind of a shield against the crossbow. See, there they are. Stick to the wall and you can't get hit, or you're less likely to get hit anyway. Yeah, see. Still get hit. Now I can't. Okay. And inch up, because we're going to pull this dog here. Stick to the wall. There's the other 2. And we're going to come to the left. We're going to try to circle around them. Okay. So as you might have heard, we pulled one of the dogs. Just wait for him to attack. And then counter. And now we can quickly kill this one. We want to do it quickly, because we will be attacked yet again. And then we want to quickly kill this guy. And watch out for getting shot at from afar. Alright, so that's the hard part. Now we can bum rush this guy with our shield up. Kind of dodging left and right. The only 2 dogs are down there on our right. There's one of them. And there's another one nearby somewhere. But let's go ahead and get this item. Then drop down. Let's take on this dog. Where's the other one? Was that all of them? Did I pull? Okay, yeah, he was supposed to be right here, but I've already pulled him. So yep, that should be everything in this area. So let's move on. The reason why I said not to rest earlier was because if you can make it through that room, then there's a bonfire immediately ahead of us. Now, about these people. Some of the hollows in this area act as kamikaze enemies. They will light themselves aflame and run towards you in a burst of fire. So you can do one of 2 things. You can trigger the response and then simply run away. Or you can rush at them and hit them. I think it takes like 1 or 2 hits, and kill them that way before they explode. But you have to run straight at them. To the left here is some free experience. And up behind here is 4 hollows. When you kill a couple of them, the others will get up though, so it's not quite free experience this time. That one lights itself aflame, so run away, run away, run away, run away. Ooh. That was close. Because they were all guarding an Estus shard. Now we can use the bonfire and go turn in said Estus shard. So let's go into the cathedral, open the door. To the left here, you can roll through the chairs, or excuse me, to the right. And in the corner is a notched whip, another good dexterity weapon that deals bleed damage. And there's an NPC here. Make sure you do not talk to him. You can talk to him if you don't own any of the DLC, but if you own the Ringed City DLC, the Ashes of Ariandel DLC, this is how you access that, and it's hard to get back once you trigger it. So don't talk to him. Let's light the bonfire. And we're going to travel back to the Firelink Shrine. All we're really going to do here is turn in that Estus Shard. And this one we're going to apply to the Ashen Estus Flask.
Ah, just what neat.
So we have 6 and 3. Next milestone we'll have 8
Be careful. I don't want to.
Estus Flasks, and then we'll bump the other one up to 4, and then 10 and 5. Alright, that's all I wanted to do, so go back to the cleansing chapel. Yeah. Just ignore him. He'll start talking every time you spawn into here, which is very annoying. Alright. Let's take care of this guy again for some free souls. Same goes for this guy. And these 4. And now we get to a unique area. It's a graveyard that will spawn little zombies, hollows, endlessly. So we're just gonna slowly walk through, and they're relatively passive. I mean, they will attack you, but they're so slow that as long as you keep moving, they don't get in your way. What you want to do is turn to the left as soon as you can, because there are a couple of items in here we want to get. They take very little damage. Turn to the left again. Oh, and I forgot to give the paladin's ashes to the handmaid. That's okay, we don't need them. Take care of that guy. And get a Stora Greatsword. This is a very good weapon if you're making a more melee-oriented Pyromancer build, because it has a scaling when you turn it into a Chaos weapon. Really only kill the ones that get in your way. And now the obvious path is to the right here, but if you go past that, up this perfect, this will give me time to talk about something. Okay, so in this place, these enemies can infest you with maggots. See how I got a bunch of maggots crawling on my arms and legs? That slowly increase my bleed buildup. That's why we bought this torch. Switch to the torch anytime you get hit with maggots of any kind, and it'll immediately stop the bleed from accumulating. Oh crap, and sometimes this happens. Giant maggot beasts can burst through their stomach and deal a bunch of damage. Just hoping this wouldn't happen. Switch to my torch. Oh god. Stop doing that. Okay. So here's what we're gonna have to do. Because these guys are also very susceptible to fire. They start freaking out if you hit them with any kind of fire weapon. Oh my god, come on. That is getting embarrassing. Okay. Torch. Heal. And like I was saying, we're supposed to go down this path, but you want to continue forward and take a second right. No. You stay far away from me. Okay, why did you not attack twice? There we go. I come down here for 2 more items. Get them quickly, because as you make your way this way, a bunch of enemies will spawn directly behind you, and if you're quick enough, you can grab the items and just bail. This is where this area can get tricky, because you can get overwhelmed pretty easily. Okay. Now there's another guy there, so let's hit him. And then punch him. You can punch or ignore this guy if you want. More guys will spawn, just ignore them. And in this area, we have a new enemy, known as a Grave Warden, I think. Who is, again, very quick and agile and hits like a truck. So the minute you pull it, prep a fire orb. Ow. Oh yeah, and they deal bleed. Come on. There we go. Ooh, sweet. Got her twin blades. Okay. So with her down, I'm just going to ignore all these guys. And I'm going to take a right. And we get to another area with a white birch tree. Which means young white branches. But more importantly, giant arrows. Make sure you get all the young white branches. We have to get everyone in the game. And unlike the last birch tree area, you can't just leave all of the enemies to the giant. You're gonna have to kill some on your own. Luckily, these ones do not respawn endlessly. So, most importantly, come down here to get an undead bone shard. Much needed undead bone shard. There's some repair powder there. A soul here. Another soul there, and if you want, we can kill this guy, although it's not important. Okay. Oop. Let's say we could probably kill that guy with a fireball. Take a right after you go up the next set of stairs. You can kill these 2 for some free experience again if you want. There's that one and this one. And then before you come in here, cut left and go all the way around for an item. And then come in here for a shield. It's good if you have high strength. And then come down the stairs to find a ladder you can kick down. And descend. Stick to the left wall here. There are some enemies on the ravine on the right that you could pull. Yep, there's one. And I pulled them. These are giant maggot beasts. So the bad news is every hit they do will infect you with maggots. The good news is they are some of the weakest enemies to fire in the entire game. One, as you saw, one fire orb took care of them. Okay, come up the hill on the right. You'll see there's a giant crystal lizard we're getting ready to take care of. But before that, let's grab this item. And you can actually drop down here for a shortcut back to the bonfire. But we got a lot more to do first, such as killing this crystal lizard. Now he's sleeping, so we can actually just walk right up to him and start wailing on him. You can switch to your fire orb if you want. Does way more damage, as you can see. When you see him crouching down, that usually means he's about to attack. Like right there. He has the same moves as the previous crystal lizard, just hits way harder. And when you kill him, you get another Titanite scale. So with that, we can go into this little alcove. Keep your guard up because there's another mega beast. Slowly walk up on him and hit him with a fire orb. And come in here to get a poison bite ring. Go back the way you came and turn right. And you'll see a crystal lizard, which again we want to try to corral into a corner. And then before we head down this way, take a left up these stairs and go to the very end here for another item. And now we're going to go down that alleyway. And we're going to find another crystal lizard on our left, I think. Because if I remember right, there's nothing here. But there is a crystal lizard right there, yep. Alright. Coming to the corner here. For another Titanite shard. We're just getting all the Titanite shards now. And then slowly walk down these stairs, equip your Pyromancer Flame, because I don't know if you can see from here, but that's the tail of a maggot beast poking out right there. Yeah, okay, I thought so. Oh my goodness. Calm down there, buddy. Alright, and then equip the torch to quit the bleed. And there's one more maggot beast walking around here. And on the left is a talisman. Alright, so with all of them gone, continue and you'll be right back where you started, which is perfect. So if you are low on resources, like I am, now is probably the time to rest back at the bonfire using the shortcut here. Keep in mind that you're going to have to go through the endless zombie graveyard again. But you don't have to go get those items this time, so you can just cut straight through. Problem being, you have to kill that Grade Warden again too. Also, with all of these souls, I'm going to take a moment to do some leveling.
How many?
So let's now give the Umbral Ash
I only.
and sell some items. We don't need repair powder. What else? Sell our souls. We can sell. If you're following me word for word here, then you can sell the Twinkling Titanite and the Titanite Scale, because I'm not going to be using those. If you're playing a different build than me, you might want to look into what those can apply to, and if you're going to want any of those weapons. And then yeah, I got a second broken straight sword, so let's sell that. I think that's all the only duplicate I have, yeah. Again, I'm just quickly perusing the pictures to see if I have any duplicates. But I don't think I do. We can sell all of my ammo now, though. That's the other thing. If you're following me to a T, we're not going to use bows or crossbows anymore. So you could go ahead and sell your bow and crossbow. But again, I like to keep them just in case. Sometimes something pops up I forget. Okay, and that's everything. So leave. That netted me an extra 6,000 souls there.
Welcome her speak then. Very well, then touch
So we
it
can
now.
level up. And what are we working towards? 14 endurance, and then after you get 14 endurance, we want to work towards 24 attunement.
Farewell, Ashen One.
That's going to be the cap on our attunement for quite some time. And also something else of note is that I believe, yep, Grey Rat is back from his pillaging.
Oh, hello. Go on.
And an increased inventory. Nothing really of note here. The only thing of note from either of the merchants is that they sell more embers the more you increase their inventory.
Goodbye. Oh, this place.
So with that done, let's head back. Oh, and I almost forgot about the undead bone shard. I knew there was another reason to come here. I did turn in the Estus flask though, right? The Estus shard? Yes. Alright. So let's head back to the chapel. We'll cut through the graveyard again. Again, I always like to kill these hollows just because it's easy. Oh. Forgot I had my pyromancy flame on. Alright, let's just redo this. This time we can just go straight. You shouldn't have to kill anything until you get here, because they're kind of blocking the way. And you can take the immediate right this time. Got myself a little twofer there. Okay. I always hate this part because it's hard to lock onto the Grave Warden without locking onto one of these hundreds of hollows. It feels like hundreds. Okie dokie. And now this time we're gonna go left up the stairs. There's quite a while until we hit the next bonfire, so be prepared. Come to the left first and you can roll through these crates for some rusted coins. And then this door is locked, so come to the right, and we're gonna have a spear-wielding hollow, but up at that archway in the window there, a crossbow wielder will appear. And there's also a hollow to the left of these stairs, or excuse me, to the right. And another one will crawl over the walkway on the left. So first get these, and then we're going to try to kill this guy as quickly as possible. So run up on him. Guard. He throws things that prevent your healing. If you want, you can back away because that one ignites itself. Well, they both do. So let's just back away. Alright. So with that done, also when you back away, the crossbow wielder will fall out of the window, which lets us take him on in close combat. Alright. So with them done, head back and we're going to go this way to get on top of the roof. Walk down, turn left. Before we go up the roof, turn right because there is a hollow waiting to ambush you. Ooh, and he dropped me a longsword. This is great. Now I don't have to buy one from Grey Rat. But again, I will show where to find that, because that is the weapon we're going to be using. Yeah, I was like, if I remember right, they have a short turn radius. Also notice that there is a thrall up there, so we can try to peg him down. Whee! Those guys will be continuously crawling from rafters. They're dropping from rafters, crawling up the edges here. Come out here to take care of this guy. And see another thrall dropped down. So try to get his attention, but be wary of some crossbow wielders to the right. Past this little awning. There's another thrall. And then when you go to get this item, 2 hollows will jump over the edge. So be ready. You can get that, and then there's the crossbow wielders down there. There's 3 total, and a spearman. So come around and come down, and just keep moving, and you should just barely dodge each of them. They all take 1 hit. So just kill the crossbows first, and then turn around for the spearman. Remember, if he keeps blocking, you can kick. Oops. There we go. To get his shield to drop. Alright, so we're supposed to go this way, but before we do that, head up these stairs, where there's 2 things we need. To the right is an item, but there are 2 thralls that will drop down and immediately start attacking, so make sure you got your guard up. And then we can get some red bug pellets. And then down here are either 3 or 4 hollows and an evangelist. And here's the bad news, is you can't really get a good lock on the evangelist from here without getting too close, and you can't lock on to the hollows at all because they're technically not enemies yet until you get close enough. So the point being is it's very hard to attract only one of them. So what we'll have to do is try to tag them with free aim to spells, which is easier said than done. Try to aim higher up. And a lot of times the game has like a natural lock-on for enemies. But again, it's not an exact science. If you can get all 3 of them, then great. If you can't, then what you want to do is just go ahead and pull them, and then work your way back to this area so you have plenty of space. Drink up. Because now we're going to pull this lady. We're going to kite her back here. Ooh. Slowly pelt her with fire orbs. And now we can get what they were guarding. Which is just 3 undead hunter charms. So if you don't want items that prevent healing, or I should say Estus Flask recovery, they could still use miracles, then don't bother. Because that part is annoying. Okay, let's take care of this giant halberd wielder. These guys are much tougher than their counterparts, but are pretty easy to backstab. And now for another difficult part. Okay. Because the minute you break the plane of this doorway here, you're going to get attacked by that guy, and some are going to drop down from the roof. So you want to get his attention and immediately... Yep, see, always gets me. Because he just comes out swinging and you can't run away fast enough. That part is extremely annoying. And then we're not done with the thralls, because there's another one hanging from the ceiling here. And one there. But then you can get the soul of a nameless soldier. Continue on, and before you kill these 2 for easy souls, there's a third one on the left here that will try to ambush you. These don't move, but the other ones do. And be careful as you move up, because there's a grave warden patrolling the courtyard here. So in fact, I'm going to go ahead and use an Ashen Estus Flask, switch to my fire orbs. And you want to pull him quickly, because if you don't, a second one will join him, and you definitely don't want that. Oh, sweet. And we got some Estus Flasks back. That happens randomly. Ooh, that was close. Oh. Again, just try to keep your shield up if you're not casting anything. But also remember that if you keep your shield up, your stamina very, very slowly recovers. So sometimes put your shield down, recover a little bit of stamina. It's all about like putting it down real quick and then back up. Nope. And up the stairs, I was about to say, are some kamikaze hollows. So just trigger them both and then run back down. Move up, and we're at the last area of this outside section. At the top of the stairs, attack this guy on the left. And he dropped some throwing knives, which is actually very fortuitous for us, because this part's hard to do without pulling enemies. But I'm going to try to do it with free aim again. Keep in mind that there is another hollow. Where is it? Hanging off the side somewhere. There's 4 hollows here, and then a giant axe wielder in the alcove on the left. Killing these 5 will not aggro him though, so that's the good news. That close, a little up. There we go. So move forward. Let's see if I can tag him. Too far. Oh, there's the axe wielder. The problem is you can't lock on to these ones that are praying. Ow. Alright, so what we're going to do here, what I'm going to do, is I'm just going to run in and activate these guys because a couple of them are kamikazes, and then we'll just run back. We'll also trigger the one hanging off the ledge here. There he is, you can see his fingers. And then we'll clean up the rest. Alright. Let's heal up. We're about to hit a shortcut to the bonfire, so the worst of it is over. Get the ember they were guarding, and now we can open the door. We've made it. Alright, here you can get a look at what's coming. Nothing good, that's for sure. But we're in the cathedral proper. And so coming down from the stairs, you want to take a left. And there's our first slime. Slimes are known for being unbelievably resistant to physical damage, but unbelievably weak to elemental damage. So switch to fireball. And one normal fireball will take care of them. Come on down, and keep in mind that this item is being guarded by this statue, which will spit poison at you when you approach. So grab the item and immediately dodge back. Wait for that to go away. Cut right, and there are some deacons that'd like to hurl fireballs at you. There's one there, there's one in the opposite corner, and there's one to my immediate right. So I'm going to take care of him first. And they can stab at you with their candlesticks. Or swing. They swing them too. So, continue on, and here is the shortcut back to the bonfire. So let's use that. Open up the door. And actually right here on the right. Or no, excuse me, that's the second shortcut. Never mind. Alright, but open up the door. And we're back in the cleansing chapel. So take a well-deserved rest, and let's go ahead and do some leveling while we're at it. Let's see what we can sell.
Ah, how
We can sell throwing knives. We can sell one ember. We can sell the fire bombs. The dual charm prevents special effects, so like buffs and things. Sacred Oath comes immediately to mind. Again, it's more for PvP than anything else. I'm gonna keep it around just in case, because there are some NPCs that have special buffs and debuffs. But I'm gonna sell these, and I think I've pick up any extra gems. No, I picked up a couple of long swords though. Yeah, so let's sell 2 of those. And yep, that'll be it. Yep. Okay.
Ashen one.
Welcome home, speak. Very well, then take note.
Pumping it all into attunement. And then head back to the cleansing chapel. I always have to make sure I didn't get any Estus shards or bone shards, right? Nope. They'd be like right after the Ember, I think, if you did. And now we can ignore him and trigger the shortcut again. And now we can tackle the cathedral proper. Which is what we're going to be doing next time. So, until then, stay safe.